Looks like we're all set up, ready to go once again. So please, everyone, give a warm fastest first welcome to Labrys once again as we set up Silver Story, no CW.
Hi, it's me, Labrys again. This is Silver Story, no credits for, which turns normally a slower, more puzzle-oriented playstyle into one of the wildest physics spectacles I've seen. I'll let this little part speak for itself. So I'll be ready on go. 3, 2, 1, go. So we get thrust into the far future where this person is supposed to pick things up and throw things as indicated by the instructions on screen. So instructions unclear. We throw self. So when you're on an uphill incline and you walk a little bit after throwing something that you're standing on, you do a telethrow. This is a huge trick that you'll see pretty much everywhere in the run. We'll even use it to skip Blaze. I like Blaze and how she controls in this game, but ever since telethrow came out, she's been slower. So what we're going to go is we're going to say hi Blaze, and then go all the way around the trigger that would activate her. And a couple of these levitation extensions. Silver normally can't refill his gauge in the air, he has to be grounded. But if you press X on the last frame of a hover, which is just you holding A, you not only get to carry the speed from your hover, but you also get to regain gauge as long as you're holding the X button. Really useful stuff for the first half of the game. Now I held X to buffer a frame perfect homing attack as Blaze, so we can swap to Silver much more quickly. And wouldn't you know it, there's a rock right here.
This whole area is destroyed.
And it's just a straight line to the goal. That was Crisis City, which is normally, 5 minute, 6 minute level, in about under a minute.
My mind is blown just seeing that right now, just like, whoa. Absolutely amazing. Great first level there, Labrys.
Thank you.
Are we cool for a quick donation?
After this fight we will be, yes.
Okay, sounds good.
So coming up is our first boss fight, Iblis 1. This guy forces us to use the creatively designed mechanics that we use to fight enemies. It takes 12 hits, and I have to stagger each of these batches of 3 because the objects can explode on each other, and if one explodes before making contact with the boss, you do not deal damage with that object. Ooh, that was close. Here I'm going to be attempting a trick called Bonus Cycle. Normally you're supposed to fire these 3 after this wave of lovable Cocoa Puffs. You'll see. But if you can fire it during... Nice! That saves about 5 seconds. And one last batch of 3. And we're out.
After you said that, now I want Cocoa Pops. Now I'm hungry.
Sorry about that.
No, you're good. You're good.
Yeah, feel free to make any announcement you'd like.
Awesome. Yeah, we have a $20 donation by Lumi, and they say, "Oh no." Thank you very much, Lumi, for that donation.
I do run that game too. It's quite fun.
Gotta love Sonic Adventure Knuckles with, "Oh no. Oh no. Give it your best. Oh no."
Oh no. So now we get chucked into the present, intent on murdering Sonic because this guy that kind of looks like Shadow but doesn't have a mouth said so. Really interesting stuff. I don't know how they come up with it. Um, so we're trying to find Sonic somewhere. We don't know he's Sonic. You just know that some blue hedgehog did everything to cause the apocalypse.
Where is he?
That's what they want us to think.
Information.
And what do you know? Instead of jogging all the way across the Soliana forest, there's a rock. And I need to line up a little differently to make it over to the portal in the distance. Take this to our second stage, Tropical Jungle.
This
That
is
was
just the. Oh, sorry, after you.
That was really good, actually.
I was gonna say this is like the new means of transportation now. Just you see a rock, just jump on
Yep.
it and just glide.
Yep, and Tropical Jungle is not necessarily. Well, show us that we're not necessarily limited to rocks. Rocks are quite convenient. They have a lot of jagged slope surfaces. You can use a box in a pinch. Okay, I'll have to do the backup. So you can tilt a box. You can use that instead. Now I'm going to look up here for some lag reduction. This 360 may have been good, but this is a release title. And we're dead. We're supposed to lower these lasers somehow. I don't know.
Looks like I'm on a roll.
I think it's a little off.
Just thinking as well, you only got an A rank on there? That was definite S rank material.
Yeah, usually S ranks are obtained through the giant time bonuses Silver gives you. Much more important for the all gold medals category. But now we get a level with just Cat. That's great. Blaze actually controls very well casually. So what I did at the start is I held X as I skipped the cutscenes, so I buffered a frame perfect homing attack, just like I did in the back half of Crisis City.
I need to find silver fast.
And we're just gonna position ourselves here. Loops in this game are very funny and magnetic. They are also a great means of transportation. That saved about 45 seconds. Maybe 40 seconds second try. What happened there is I used Blaze's homing attack to lock onto the loop, but part of the loop's terrain pushed me out of the way, so I just kept accelerating, as one would when you actually lock onto something, until I hit that invisible wall about halfway into the stage. And here we are, pretty close to the end. Minor platforming, and we're good. Wave Ocean Blaze. Coming up is what normally would be Mission 8, where you save Lord Regis and do a bunch of combat, have a couple extra loading screens. That's not cool. We want to minimize those if at all possible. Note that I said if at all possible. There is a skip that I elect not to do because it's actually slower loadless, because now we are moving into the loadless age of 06, but faster RTA. It is really hard, but incredibly impressive. I'll bring it up as I get closer to where it would be done. But right now, we're supposed to save Lord Regis in order to unlock the portal to the desert. What we do here
Maybe I'll talk to some people in
is
the
we
town.
go against Silver's advice. We talk to absolutely nobody. We pick up these boxes. And we shove ourselves into the corner of this door. And then we lift ourselves through the ceiling and we jump. You're going to see that technique a little bit here in our third stage, Dusty Desert. It's one of my favorite splits to look at in the game when it's done well. So I'm going to focus for a little bit. But I'm just going to let you know beforehand, the only intended thing we do in this entire level with the ball puzzles and Amy is open the first door.
Just you wait, Iblis Trigger.
Now we're out. And now that we have a hold of this object, objects cannot be broken when you're holding them. So you just push this out of bounds. And if we rotate it like so, we can skip the entire stage. Now it doesn't really make sense because Dusty is a very indoor place, so this was one of the last telethrows to be found. Thank you to Darkspine Sonic or DSS for finding this one. Came back from a hiatus just to drop IO Record, which uses that strategy, and disappear once again. Incredible innovator of this and many other games, Sonic games, speedruns. And we have him to thank for that one.
Just have to say, after seeing that, I have the biggest smile on my face right now because that was fantastic.
Yeah, Dusty Desert is a miserable, unforgiving stage casually, and you just kind of go over it. It's very cathartic.
I think
Now we just throw some furniture at Sonic.
the best part in Silver Story. And everyone in chat, you know what to say. Let's get some "it's no use" in the chat.
Serious. Here I come. What? That hurt. What? No.
So I deliberately slowed that fight down as to not get an S rank. S ranks earn you an additional gold medal, which loses you about 5.5 seconds. So if I were to get a 12 and an S rank, that'd be about a 17.5 without one. A fine line in Sonic, so we always try and shoot for a 13 or higher with an A rank. And sometimes Sonic can get flung instead of damaged by the pieces of furniture you chuck at him. It's comical. It's comical now, but when we fight Shadow, it's actually kind of sad sometimes. But now we get the shock bracelet, or casually you're supposed to get the shock bracelet to deactivate a laser grid puzzle. And it's a great power up casually, but it hampers our ability to hold the X button in the air, which will be very important after this next boss fight and next side quest, or level boss fight and side quest. So instead of even thinking about shopping for upgrades, I'm just gonna say for this clip, we have theories. That's about all we got. But we know how to do it. So you just put the sign right here-ish. Boop. No laser puzzle to be found. And this is the last time we get to play as Blaze for the entire game. Kind of sad. My headcanon is she dies of hypothermia or something.
Let's hurry.
I mean, it's really cold out here. I don't think she likes it. Being a pyrokinetic cat, after all.
Am I okay to do a couple of announcements?
Go for it.
Awesome. I just want to say a big thank you to Dano GSD with the raid. Thank you so much indeed. Greatly appreciate it. And thank you to everyone else that has raided into the marathon also. And thank you so much. And if you're new here, welcome to Fastest First Full Fest 2023 as we are raising money for Trans Lifeline. Fastest First Full Fest is raising money all weekend long for Trans Lifeline. In addition to their peer support hotline, Trans Lifeline also directly supports trans individuals in need through their micro grant program. The program provides direct financial assistance to those who need to correct names or gender markers on identifying legal documents, to receive gender affirming hair removal treatment, or to receive basic necessities during and after incarceration. For more information, please visit www.translifeline.org/microgrants.
Alright, well, here we have one of the more complicated telethrowing sections. Telethrowing is actually a very recent trick. It was discovered on accident by one of the hosts we had on here earlier this morning, Focus, during ESA Winter online. And this level used to be a walking simulator. You had to crawl your way all the way over here and all the way across this ravine. But now you just don't have to. And that was White Acropolis.
That was easy.
So thank you, Focus, and thank you anyone else who helped through the telethrow era of the run. It collectively lowered world record by about 5 minutes RTA from before telethrow to after telethrow, where it is now. Now for our third boss fight, Egg Genesis. Egg Genesis is all about, can you count to 6? Egg Genesis has 24 health, however, we can only hold 20 objects. We're going to pick up as many as we can now, and then deal some damage later. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We drop what we have, and then we can pick these up. Beautiful.
Silver, watch it. He's coming in.
This is for dramatic effect. This can't kill you. And now...
Perfect.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, do we have time for a couple of donations?
In about 20 seconds after we explain the mechanics of the mechanic of Amy. I say Silver jogs, I say Sonic runs, Amy walks. I swear I'm going as fast as I can and moving at all times possible. Alright, fire away.
Thank you very much. Well, we have $111 donated by Bun. No comment, but they did put it towards the tomato audition incentive for Inscription, and that has officially been met. So we will be getting the tomato audition for Inscription for when that run happens tonight. So Bun, thank you so much again for that. Greatly, greatly appreciated. And then we also have $10 from Rashawn. They say, I thought I'd made my last donation of the night, but it's no use. Thank you very much, Rashawn.
But yes, Amy has a hammer the size of a toothpick. This is actually much harder to balance either you getting hit or you whiffing the hammer than it actually seems. But thankfully your hammer can hit twice if you're in the right spot. Blow this box up to destroy both enemies.
Are you kidding me?
And if you hit this guy in the leg... That was a bit delayed, but yeah. And that's all we see of Amy ever. Thank goodness.
Just perfect.
And now we have the upgrade that turns the run on its head. The Heart of Wind, or as I like to colloquially call it, the Heart of Woohoo! Because it's actually it makes you go quite fast. I'm just going to give some numbers for reference. Silver jogs at about 9 meters per second. Sonic runs full sprint at 17. The Heart of Wind is a very short but very fast teleport dash that throws you at 80 meters per second, but only for 10 frames. So it's really short, but it's really fast. However, if you press your stun slap, and this is why we didn't buy the shock bracelet, on the last frame of that teleport dash state, you can keep that 80 speed. So as long as you are holding the X button and are not on the ground. This is Silver's movement from here on out. Yep, it's frame perfect, and it's really fast. And so we take a death warp here to get us closer to the station, which we would normally be doing mission 11. But if we clip through this building, which you can do in 06, if you are fast enough and you shove yourself at a corner, the wall doesn't exist. That's a part of it. And they forgot to turn that one off too. Now for a crowd favorite telethrow. I don't know. We've seen boxes. We've seen a bunch of rocks. We've seen an ancient jar, but I think people really like this one out of all of them.
I'm not going to let the Iblis trigger get away.
Yep. Shovel. I'm gonna pivot in place to adjust my direction a little bit. And then extended teleport dash off the shovel, keeping that 80 speed all the way down. You can flip to the corner of that gate. And we're done. Next up,
Sorry.
Easy.
next up we have one of the most volatile boss fights in the game, Shadow. But this can go very well or very poorly, depending on just how the barrels feel. You have barely enough objects on stage to kill Shadow. So hopefully this goes well. There are tons of things that can happen. Hopefully just hit him a lot. That's not enough for sure. Ideally, I'd like to have him at half health by now, but he's not. Hey, the show must go on. And at half health, he will do that, which gives me a bit more time to grab the barrels. $44. That's pretty good, all things considered. Didn't go terribly wrong.
Perfect.
Coming up is actually my favorite level in the game, and after this level we'll have room for quite a bit of downtime. I will explain why, and then we'll probably have like a minute or so for whatever you need to say or whatnot.
Sounds good.
Aquatic Base is my favorite, even though it doesn't have a telethrow because of all the extended teleport dash nonsense you can do in the level. Like normally, if you were go a bit forward and kill some enemies, you had to fight Shadow. I mean, you had to play a Shadow. However, we like the back door a little better. We can hit the frame.
Those enemies look like they're guarding that door.
Then we clip through that. And we're done with the first half of Aquatic Base. All three Hedgehogs trivialized their first half of Aquatic Base. But Silver doesn't the flashiest, I think. Depends on how you define flashy. Instead of opening this door, we kind of go around it. And Silver is the only one of the stories that has to use these like little super monkey ball things.
Was this underwater?
A couple more extended teleport dashes. Wait for this laser so it doesn't pop our bubble. Just throw yourself at that one. That's hope and clip. It saves about 10 to 15 seconds instead of going through the room just straight ahead of us. And now we're in the only required combat of the run ever. Like strictly required. Wow, 1:16 is actually an amazing time to get in a marathon.
Excellent there. Well done. Well done.
Alright. This next mission is you just chill.
Big chill.
Yeah. You have to protect Anna. It's normally an escort mission, but we have a little array around it. It's like the enemies have a if I can't see you, you can't see me thing. Actually, no, it's more of like a if I can't see you, you don't exist. So if I wander far away enough from the enemies that are supposed to block Anna's path, they just don't exist anymore.
So what you're saying is they're pretty much like John Cena?
But their time is not now. Their time is actually never.
Do,
That's
do, do, do.
similar but different. So you get the quadruple side quest gauntlet starting with this one. We used to skip the last 3, known as the trials of this group of 4. Using trial skip, but thankfully due to the advent of Labrys, that is now technically slower, although it is incredibly impressive to pull off. Shoutouts to the 3 runners who have done it ever in a run. Focus Sight, DSS, No Tanishi. Y'all are awesome, and have put way too much time into trial skip. I'm sorry, but it was kind of bad. But yeah, now that we are far enough away from the enemies, Anna will just go on in her merry way. Well, we'll have some time to think about our life leading up to this point. Or we can go out of bounds.
And that works too.
There's an invisible wall behind me, but it being a part of a corner, you just clip through it. This is nowhere near the main path of the escort mission, but there's all these NPCs here. There's good old Bob McFloaty. Look at that guy, he's just floating there.
07 for Bob. Do we have time for a donation?
Oh yeah, 1 or 2, yeah.
Okay, awesome. We have $6 from Tempest Mass 1000. They say, you can tell me not to play this game, yet it's no use. Playing 06 comes like a kick to the head. A dream of an absolution. So much to enjoy from a game that involved as a speedrun. After all, not so good games do deserve second chances. Good luck, Lab.
Thank you, Tempest. And that's Anna. You get your 127. You can make her go a teeny bit faster by spawning in the enemy strategically behind her, but it's very easy to make her stop in her tracks instead. So yeah, I just decided to give you a grand tour of the unused hub there. We loaded it into all of it for some reason for that mission. And yeah, we're on our way to the trials, which gives us access to Kingdom Valley. Which gives us access to stop Dr. Eggman's plans. It's awesome.
I love the trials in Sonic 06. They're so great.
Right before that, we get some cool movement. I also get to show off the teleslide. But if you're teleport dashing at an upward surface, you don't need to extend it at all. All you need to do is neutral stick. And as long as you aren't holding a direction, the game doesn't think you're running. And it keeps your speed nice and uncapped. They really expected you to walk all that way. Can't believe it. Now, the test of friendship, they put Blaze in a cage. Your objective is to pet the cat. Not necessarily destroy the enemies that would bring down the cage. Just pet the cat. So we're going to pet the cat.
Very important.
So if we don't have a corner, we can create one with this box. And then shove us at it. Show our face at it at a very high speed. We'll get to the other side.
Wow.
Cat successfully petted.
Mission accomplished.
Yep, we're done here. Everyone can leave. Actually, don't leave.
Looks like I'm on a roll.
No, please stay.
Yeah, no, we have the multiple choice tests trial. But I already know the answers. So there's... You like loading screens?
Love loading screens. They're the best.
This takes usually on average when I start it about a minute. Keep track of the IGT or in-game time at the top left corner of the screen as I progress. It's some word association game. You have to play by talking to the NPC and going through the correct portal. But like, it's the same thing every time. So, ooh, zip 3. That's it. That's the test of memory. I remembered right, left. What do I win? Absolutely nothing.
Perfect.
You win an S rank. That's pretty poggers.
I mean, there's one of the 18 you need to get a singular gold medal for Silver's missions. There's one for each Hedgehog, but you have to S rank every single mission in order to do so. You don't get one each, which is strange. I actually like this trial a lot. It's the test of heart. I mean, we call them trials because they're trials in Sonic Story, but they're tests in Silver Story. But they're trials everywhere else. I don't know. Anyways, you are dropped in a combat mission, but there are no external objects, no boxes, no spike balls. So you just have to use the enemy's ammo and manipulate them in certain ways to get enough of what you want. And you use our very tiny arms to stun slap the enemies.
Are we good? Sorry, are we good for a donation?
Sure.
Epic. We have $20 from Savage Wizrobe, and they say,
I lost my best friend Froggy. Can you say Froggy for me, please? While we're at it, let's save the animals too. Thank you, Savage, and I hope you all can help me find Froggy.
Very important. Froggy. I'll see him eventually. Ooh, that's a funny thing you can do. You can, if you are just wrong with your inputs, you can accidentally slap the person who's receiving you the "congratulations, you did it" dialogue. And you can walk wherever you want. For speed, I just talked to the guy again. I'm like, sorry. I did not mean to do that. I don't know what came out of me. And then we summoned Phil. Everyone say hi, Phil.
Hi, Phil.
Phil. they're all Phil. Like, there are several Ingles in Kingdom Valley. Maybe they're just one. But they're all named Phil. Maybe the singular one is named Phil. I don't know. Have you ever seen two Eagles in the same Kingdom Valley in the same room? I haven't. I'm going to concentrate with this next trick because it's a little weird. And it sends you at a very unusual trajectory.
Darn it! I should have realized Eggman's scheme.
Nope.
Darn it! I should have realized Eggman's scheme.
Alexa. Stop. Too low.
Darn it! I should have realized
Alexa.
Eggman's scheme.
Stop.
Darn it!
This is a reminder.
Alexa.
Eggman's scheme.
Stop. Sorry.
Darn it!
The perks of having an Amazon Echo is that it's always there for you. Even when you really don't want them to be.
Darn it! I should have realized Eggman's scheme.
This is basically a soft required trick to get through the level.
Eggman's scheme.
Doing the level casually is leagues slower. But we're up and over. See how that
Excellent.
level? It's very slow.
Boom, just like that.
It wouldn't be a Labrys run without an Amazon Echo notification. Trust.
Bless Echo.
Bless Echo. Not the Dolphin. Although that's a cool run too.
I haven't played Echo the Dolphin in ages.
So, what we're doing is... Huh. Okay, that was completely unintended. So what we're doing is going to tilt this box on this post, not like that. Like this. So, normally, if we were to do that combat in that room, we would have to swap to Sonic, and we would finish the level as Sonic, even though we have a trigger to swap back to Silver, because he had the ability to moon jump with the purple gem. However, recently, Reverie found a consistent way to set up Sonic Skip, and it does what it says on the box. You skip Sonic. That's the level. You got one more stage and a final boss.
Looks like I'm on a roll.
And this stage is a gauntlet. Flamecore pulls no punches. It takes everything we've seen throughout the entire run so far and just throws it at you. The floor is also sometimes lava. But in 06 you get 4 seconds of invincibility. A whole 4 seconds! So we can do some pretty cool damage boost strats you'll see in the second half. But for now, we're going to do the final telethrow of the run.
I'm coming, Iblis.
So we're gonna kill that bird because he likes to push our box around. Only we want to do that. Bounce this on this like item box stub. That was very low. The more uphill you are, the more height you get from any given telethrow. So I'm gonna take the safety one up and just restart the stage.
I'm coming, Iblis.
That's better. This should be better. Yeah. We take a small detour to the left. This will deposit us about 2/3 of the way into the level. Now there's a door to my left. It's actually the only door in the game you cannot clip through. And since I missed the funny frame, we're gonna have to do a bunch of levitation extensions to make our way safely over here. Maybe jump as high as we can and shove our face at this ledge. Hover our way up. Now these meteors are random. So random in fact that they can hit you after you've hit that jump panel until you've loaded into the next section. It's very quirky and funny, I think. Until it happens to you. Second half of Flame Core is indoors, so hit the switch.
What is that thing?
There's a lot of complex platforming here, a lot of movement, with the extended teleport dash and teleslides that you'll see everywhere. You're going to be taking damage in the air, so I don't have a 2-second long recoil animation. I was trying to. That was a risky play. I usually get damaged much later, so I can safely make that jump onto the lava when I need to. Instead, I've got damaged by the enemies in the previous room. I've never made that in my life. But here we are. You get over here, do this final door.
What is that ball of flame? Is
So instead of going around and doing this giant climb, we're going to pick up exactly 6 rings, and that, when we get damage in the air, is going to let us pick up another ring. We line ourselves up like so. You can also pause buffer a teleside, just in
all
case.
I have to do is take him down. Great.
Incredible.
And that's Flame Core. That's all of Silver's main stages. Now for the final fight, Iblis 3? We only saw him twice, but this is 3. This is the biggest RNG choke point I've seen in the end of a speedrun, personally. Average RNG dictates that you get a 2-minute and 20-second time, give or take, I don't know, a second. If you get above average RNG from these wonderful Cocoa Puffs he's throwing at us once more,
Here I come, Iblis.
you get somewhere around the realm of a 155. However, if you are unlucky, you sustain a 310. So you lose. Okay, 2,
It looks
3.
like he's getting closer to his final form.
I'm gonna need one more from the ones he throws at me.
Keep him away from there.
Plus all the ones that are just sitting there on the ground in order to get a 220 here. And that's a 220. Yay, average RNG. Anyways. Unless you have anything you want to say, I was going to take this time to do some shoutouts. So we got a whole minute.
Yeah, sounds good. I just want to let everyone know that the Team Fastest Furs Community Showcase is back. That's hype on that with monthly streams featuring amazing speedruns of all kinds from members of the Fastest First community. If you are a speedrunner interested in participating in a future showcase, please use the command !showcase in the chat to fill out an application today.
Alright, now we just give him a little bit of a facepalm. 5 more, and he's going to send us one last chocolate ball of cereal. Oops. This is still a 220, even though I chucked that one into the abyss. And time ends when the screen freezes and the ball connects with the fire demon's head.
Here it comes, Silver.
So cool that you can catch this. And time.
Absolutely amazing run of Sonic 06 Silver Story. No CW, Labrys. You absolutely did a fantastic job. Thank you so much indeed for showcasing this for us at Fastest Furs. Where can everyone find you?
I am a fairly regular Twitch streamer. You can find me usually there, almost nowhere else. At twitch.tv/LabrysSR, probably doing a shout-outy thing in the chat. So if you enjoy Sonic speedruns, not just of this, but of other miscellaneous three-dimensional Hedgehog games, feel free to drop on by. Love to see some new faces, and thank you, Fastest First, for having me on. I really appreciate the opportunity to do marathons whenever I can. Which is not often, but I want to do more of these. So thank you for giving me the opportunity to get used to doing the thing for any cause, really.